So I've been noticing these cute book-loving ghosts on the net lately, and I couldn't help but paint my own version for you today, since I'm a little bit ghost obsessed. All right, so for the first step, I'm gonna grab my 1/2-inch wide brush and I'm gonna load some burnt umber or dark brown on my brush, and then I'm just gonna apply it on the back of these bookshelves. So there's gonna be just a tiny bit of a gap in between these bookshelves. So that's one bookshelf there. And here I'm just trying to get the paint on, so I'm not too worried about the brush strokes here. And then at the step 2, you can also paint the sides of your canvas as well. Now for in between these bookshelves, we're going to lighten it up just a bit. So I'm gonna grab just a little bit of this dark brown, and then I'm gonna add a tiny bit of yellow ochre. I absolutely love this warm and vintage yellow. So I'm gonna grab just a tiny bit of it and mix it into my brown. And that's just gonna lighten it up. And when you have a nice light brown, we're just gonna add that right in between those 2 bookshelves. And then while we have this color on our brush and it's not dry on our palette, we're going to slap that on the bottom of our canvas for the floor of our library. Then once you're done adding this paint, we're gonna leave it to dry and then come back in the next step. All right, now that our canvas is dry, we're going to work on adding details to our bookshelf. So for that, we're going to use that same combination of that yellow ochre and a little bit of brown, but this time we're gonna make it slightly lighter than this brown that we added here in the middle of the bookshelves and at the bottom, because we want this color to look like it's more in the foreground compared to that wall. Okay, and once you have that color, we're gonna load up our brush, and the brush for this part is slightly smaller, so it's about a 1/4 inch flat brush. It's gonna give us a little bit more dexterity. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to add a line going down for the corner of our bookshelf, but we're not gonna cover the entire dark brown border, because that's gonna give us an extra border around our bookshelf, which is gonna add depth. So I'm just gonna pull that down, and then we're gonna add the top part of our bookshelf. So it's gonna be a little bit thicker at the top, like that. And then we're gonna add the bottom part, and I'm not gonna cover I'm gonna leave a little bit of that dark brown below too, so we get a nice border. Now for the shelves, we're gonna draw them horizontally, like that. They're gonna be a little bit thinner than the top and the bottom lines. And you can always use, if you wanna get them really straight, you can use a ruler to sketch them out before painting them, but I'm just winging it here. It's gonna go with the flow. And then we're just going to repeat that on the bigger bookshelf over here. And then we're just gonna let that dry. All right, now we're gonna add a little bit more texture and pattern to our floor to make it look more wooden. So to do that, I have my 1/4 inch flat brush, and I'm going to dry it off, because what we're gonna do is a dry brushing method, and we want like a super dry brush. So I'm gonna dry it all off on my paper towel, and then I'm just gonna pick up a tiny bit of that dark brown or burnt umber at the tip of my brush, like very, very small amount. And I'm just going to glide it across really lightly. And that's gonna create these kind of wispy strokes that's gonna mimic a beautiful aged wooden floor. So this library we're painting in is like one of those like old school libraries where it smells like really musty, and you get like super old and knowledgeable books. And then when you're happy with that, we're gonna let that dry. All right, now we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna paint in our books on our bookshelf. Now for our books, I have a bunch of different colors here, but you can choose any colors you wanna add for your books. So I have turquoise, orange, red, yellow, and some pink. And what we're gonna do, because we're trying to keep with that really muted, kind of spooky brown look, we're going to mute these colors because right now they're super bright. all we're gonna do is add a little bit of brown, that dark brown, into each of those paint mixes. And what that brown's gonna do, it's going to neutralize and it's gonna dull that color just a little bit, which is what we want. And now I'm gonna repeat that for each of these colors here, and then we're gonna paint in our books. All right, just to give you guys an example, that's what my colors look like after I've added a little bit of brown to each mix. So now what we're gonna do is I picked up an even smaller flat brush, and I'm going to now pick up like any color at whim and create books on the bookshelf, which is super easy because all it is just a line down like that. And then I'm just going to add them in different places so I can change up the colors. So what I like to do is I like to add them in one color first, and then I'll add them in all the colors. That way I don't have to keep on washing my brush off and choosing a different color. It's easier to get in flow this way too. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other bookshelf before I switch over to my orange. All right, so I'm done my books and I just want to show you what they look like. So I've added a whole bunch with different sizes, so it looks more like a realistic bookshelf with lots of different types of books. And I also noticed that some of the books were looking a little bit dull and blending into the dark black background or the dark brown background. So I lightened some of the colors with just a little bit of the white, just to make the book colors pop a little. All right, now we're moving on to make our cute ghosts that are going to be reading books. So let's get to those two ghosts with a small round brush and some white paint. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of white paint right directly on my brush, and then we're gonna make these easy peasy ghost shapes. So it's just kind of like a rounded at the top, and then it just kind of flows down, kind of like a skirt. Who knows what real ghosts look like, but this is how we kind of imagine them, right? And the nice thing is that they're super easy to paint also. Anyone can do this. So at the bottom, like I was mentioning, it's kind of like a skirt. So we're just going to make these ruffles flowing on the ground. And then once you have that basic ghost shape, you're just going to fill it in with that white paint, just like that. All right, without waiting for that white to dry, we're gonna pick up some black right on our paintbrush, and we're not even gonna clean off our paintbrush with that white. Pick up just a tiny bit of black, and then where those like kind of swoop up, we're going to make these lines going up, and that's gonna give us a little bit of movement in that sheet, or that white ghost form. So a little, and then you're gonna notice that that black kind of blends into that white, which is the look we want to make those lines a little bit less harsh. So some are gonna go a little up higher, some a little bit lower. We're gonna give a little bit of variation to these strokes here. And then some can come up even on the sides right over here because this ghost is nice and flowy. All right, once you're happy with the lines we've created, we're gonna wait for that to dry to finish this ghost. And while that dries, we can actually do the same steps on our second ghost on the right, our second ghost friend over here. So our ghost is now dry and we're ready to move on to the eyes. But before we do, I just want to quickly mention that I added a shorter brush stroke here on the sides of our ghosts, and that also gives the illusion that the ghosts are kind of turned towards each other, and it gives a little bit more dimension to our ghost shapes. So you can go ahead if you want to and add those shorter strokes on either side. Now for the eyes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black paint, but because these marks are going to be really small, I'm going to add a little bit of water to my black paint and thin it down. And what that does, especially if you're working with a thicker paint, it gives you a little bit more control over those really fine details. And then I'm going to paint in our ghost's eyes. So with the ghost's eyes, they're really simple. They're just two ovals. And you can also switch up your brush if you're finding your brush is a little bit too big for this activity. So those ghost eyes are done. Now I'm gonna work on this one over here. These two ghosts love reading books, and they're spending their Halloween in a library, catching up on all the latest knowledge. And you can also notice that the ghost eyes aren't directly in the center of each ghost. They're kind of offset more towards the center. And the reason for that is because these ghosts are kind of turning towards each other and towards the candle that we're going to paint in a later step. So it's just giving a little bit of dimension and a little bit of a story to these ghosts. So I made sure I cleaned off my brush, and I'm using that same round brush that I was using earlier. I'm gonna load it up with a little bit of white paint, and I'm just gonna go over it, some of the lines. And it's okay if the white goes over some of those black lines, because it's just gonna make it blend that much more. And I'm also not putting too much paint on my brush too, because I want a little bit of wispy strokes here. So you can see like this ghost compared to that one. This one, the lines are a lot more smoother and a lot more blended, but we haven't covered all those dark lines. So I'm just gonna repeat the same step over on this ghost over here. All right, the next step is we gotta give these ghosts a couple of books to be reading. So you can definitely choose the color of your books, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with a really dark mahogany. And to create that, I'm gonna grab a little bit of dark brown and a little bit of red. And then once you have that color, then I'm just loading up my medium round brush. And to paint a book is super easy. We're just gonna break it down into simple shapes, which makes it even easier. So to begin with, we're gonna paint a vertical line downwards, which is the spine of the book, okay? And then next, we're going to paint the sides of the book. And since this ghost has this book open, as reading it, we're going to paint the sides of the book kind of angled outwards. And then we're just going to paint it in. It's basically like a rectangle that's been kind of smushed and pushed forward. I'm sure there's an official shape name for this shape, but I just can't remember it right now. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side for the other side of the book. And basically that's the essential of the book. Now I want to add a little bit more detail to that, but I have to let it dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the ghost on the right, and we're going to paint this ghostia book. So for this one, I'm going to change up the color slightly, and I think I'm going to darken it just a little bit. So I'm going to add in just a little bit more of that brown. All right, so the books are dry to the touch, and now we're gonna add a little bit more detail to them. So the spine of the book is blending too much into the sides, so we're gonna darken the spine a little bit by adding some black and brown. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of black and that original dark brown, and we're gonna create a really deeper, even darker brown. And we're just gonna darken that spine. And I also like to keep a Q-tip handy. Sometimes when I've added just a little bit too much color, I'll go in with a little bit of water in that Q-tip and I can remove it. So now what we're gonna do is we need to add some pages in these books, because these are not fake books, and these ghosts are actually reading something. So we're gonna add some pages. So to do that, I'm grabbing just a little bit of that yellow ochre, because these pages are gonna be like old, aged papers. These books are super old. And then we're gonna add quite a bit of white to that yellow ochre mix. If you can imagine the color of aged paper, that's the color we're going for. My detailing brush here, that's a super small detailing brush. And I'm gonna grab that. And then we're just gonna add some book pages. So it's just gonna be a line at the top of both of these. And then the same thing on this side. All right, I think the spine of the book is a little bit too dark, so I'm going to lighten it just a little bit. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of white into that darker mix that we created earlier. Yeah, that's much better. And I'm gonna leave some of that black or some of that dark color still poking through, just to give it a little bit extra variation. I'll do the same thing on this side. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna give our ghost a couple of hands and arms, because these ghosts love flipping through pages. That's the best part of reading for these ghosties. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a little bit of white on my medium round brush, and the ghost arms are gonna be super simple. They're just going to be like little paws. And then we're gonna add one on the other side, and the other one's super simple too. It's just kind of like a half circle, and it's gonna come out just a little bit outside of that book, and it's gonna be nice and rounded. And then we're gonna do the same thing on this ghost over here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna give the hands a little bit more definition. So I'm gonna take my black paint and I'm gonna thin it down again with a little bit of water to get it nice and fluid. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit on the tip, and then we're just going to outline it, the paw. We'll do that for all. So if you find the paint underneath is a little bit wet, you can actually wait for it to dry and then do this step. I'll add a couple of gray strokes here and here, just to give a little bit of movement to our arms. And then I'm going to come back once that's dry and just go over top of it. Okay, perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the candle that's lighting or illuminating the light so these ghosts can read without squinting too much. So to do that, we're gonna pick up a little bit of white on our round brush, and we're just gonna paint in a simple candle shape. It's gonna be a little bit rounded at the top, and then it's gonna be a basic cylinder shape, basically. Okay, and then we're gonna draw the little dish that it's sitting in. So for that one, I think we're gonna go with, I'm gonna look at the reference picture. I got the reference picture from ChatGPT. Okay, so we're gonna go with a nice brown, but we're gonna lighten it just a bit because we have that dark brown background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a little bit of that yellow ochre. So I'll show you here, yellow ochre. And then a little bit of that dark brown, so a nice caramel color, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of white, just to give it a nice contrast against the dark. And you know what, we're gonna add a little bit of red, because we've added red into the books, so it's going to, it's always nice and cohesive when you add that color, you sprinkle that color throughout the composition. We're going to add that to the dish down here, and yeah, it pops right against that dark floor, which is perfect. And then I'm just gonna create it to be like just a small little dish like that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the flame. Let's try to use this yellow ochre since we have it already on our palette and it's good to go. So with the flame, it's the lightest in the middle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that yellow ochre and we're gonna lighten it with a little bit of white to make it as bright as possible. Paint in a simple flame shape, which is super easy, like that. All right, the next step is we're gonna paint in a couple of piles of books. Now we're gonna paint in a base color and then we're gonna paint them the color over top. So the base color of these books is gonna be a little bit of that yellow ochre with some white. And we're gonna lighten it up to a really nice that we used earlier on in the tutorial. And that's gonna help when we are gonna be filling in the pages as well. So in terms of the book, it's a very simple shape again. So we're gonna paint in the spine of the book, thick straight line like that. And then we're gonna paint in where the book pages are gonna be, which is kind of slanted. So the top of the book is gonna be like a rectangle that's been flattened. And then I'm gonna repeat the same steps on the book at the bottom and these two books over here. All right, now that the books are nice and dry, I'm gonna go ahead and fill them in with those beautiful vintage colors that we added for our books in the beginning of the tutorial. So just to remind you, it's basically you could just take any color you want and add a little bit of dark brown into the mix, and that way it mutes it and makes it really nice and vintage. So now we're gonna go back to our ghosts, and we had earlier added a little bit of those black marks on the arms. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna soften them just a little bit like we did at the beginning with our ghost. And we're just going to add some white over top, very, very sparingly, because we want to still see those nice dark lines. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some final finishing touches to this whole painting. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my black Posca paint marker because it just gives me a little bit better dexterity. If you don't have the paint marker, you can also use thinned down black paint with your smallest detailing brush. Thanks so much for joining me today in this little library of light. And as always, wishing you peace, love, and beautiful color your way.